Sometimes you really do reap what you sow. A local teen inspired the inception of a thriving local nonprofit more than 5 years ago.
And that organization has changed her life by simply changing her clothes. Eyewitness News reporter Jon Coker has more.
San Antonio Threads keeps our city's youth dressed for success.
We provide brand new clothing, shoes, essentials, backpacks for free to our referred at-risk youth in San Antonio.
Last year, they served more than 1,700 youth and expect to reach even more this year, which is why last week they relocated to this new facility on Sentinel Street.
A lot of our kids have never been able to choose anything new, and they might be 17 or 18 years old.
The hundreds of young people benefiting from San Antonio Threads may have one young lady to thank. It was a 13-year-old girl in foster care named Gloria Martinez who pulled on Kathy's heartstrings 5 years ago, inspiring her to launch the nonprofit.
When I would visit her, she never got to get new clothes for school. The clothing she got to choose from was in a box or a barrel or very thrift. It made me start doing a lot of searching and a lot of looking, and I actually started this nonprofit in the garage of my house.
Fast forward 5 years, and the same girl whose life was once hanging by a thread is now a paid employee for San Antonio Threads.
I'm glad that they never stopped. Even though the hard times, they continued and finally succeeded and made this whole place happen.
She graduated from high school after being placed in 22 different schools, and today she reaches out to other young people just like her with her heart on her sleeve.
You have to learn how to be your own mentor, because sometimes you won't always have a Miss Kathy there by your side. But just learn from the people that give you good advice, take it and use it everywhere you go.
Jon Coker, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.